What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Terence "Bud" Crawford and Keith "One-Time" Thurman. According to Bob Arum, this is what he had to say. He said, Bob Arum may be regretting putting Keith Thurman's name out there as a potential opponent for Terence Crawford. Speaking with Boxing Scene, Arum discussed the idea of former world champion Thurman, 29-1, facing off against the WBO welterweight champion, 36-0. This comes after Arum named the former as a potential opponent for Crawford if Manny Pacquiao fight wasn't able to come to fruition. It appears that the asking price for Thurman is more than expected. Thurman's people got in touch with me, said Bob Arum, but they're out to lunch. Arum ended up saying, they have such a crazy expectation that just don't exist anymore. Their money demands are crazy. They said that they were free agents, which I'm sure they are, but again, who's going to pay for what you're looking for? Thurman just lost the WBA welterweight title to Pacquiao last July. It ended in an unbeaten streak dating back to his debut in 2007. Injuries have derailed the latter part of his career, and he just recently underwent another surgery. One-Time believes he is a true contender and will be ready for his next opponent, whoever it may be. While he has shown interest in facing Pacquiao in a rematch, Thurman has recently been calling out Crawford. Send the contract, Thurman said. Okay, we know that. Let me post it on IG. I'll sign it live, baby. Right now, I want Crawford more now, man. He got under my skin. Errol, that's a timeless issue. I know how the game works. We got the same manager. That's a timeless issue. This Crawford dude, send the contract, bro, says Keith Thurman. Now, I don't know what was asked from Keith Thurman. I would love to see that fight, and a lot of people, ask why. Like, hey, well, why that particular fight? Why not? He's been beaten once. He shouldn't be asking for a lot of money, though, because he has no belt to connect to him. He's a former Super WBA welterweight champion, so he shouldn't ask for that much money. He shouldn't. Let's just be real. He shouldn't ask for, like, buku's amount of money just for fighting Terence "Bud" Crawford. And due to the fact that Manny Pacquiao said Errol Spence was slow, but not fighting Errol Spence, perception is everything. See, there's no way that Spence can show Manny Pacquiao what he's made of until he gets his ass in the ring. But if he doesn't get him in the ring, people are going to listen to the legend. They're going to listen to the 8-division champ. They're going to see that, and then he's already gave Thurman a sign of approval as far as being faster or better than Errol Spence, because when they say he's faster, people are going to associate that with better. Okay, so he's already beat the better or faster fighter in Keith Thurman, which is also a former champion. So we've seen it before, like he told you guys on my live stream. If Jeff Horn gave Manny Pacquiao problems, right, in their fight, then Crawford comes back and fights that same dude and stops that dude. Crawford is not going to stop with this. If he can get Thurman in the ring, he's going to beat Thurman and beat him more decisively and probably stop him, something that Manny Pacquiao couldn't do with Jeff Horn. Okay, so it's going to make it look really bad for Pacquiao, but Pacquiao has already pretty much made Spence's stock lower. And I know that must have pissed off Spence hearing that coming from Manny Pacquiao, because that's one of his opponents that he wants to get in the ring, because he is a WBA super welterweight belt holder. So I can see why he wants that in the ring, Errol Spence, but it looks like that's not going to happen. I think the Thurman fight and the Thurman Crawford fight should happen, because Thurman has an opportunity to get a belt back. And if he believes in himself, I think it'll be a really good fight between those two. Keith Thurman fought tooth and nail to Manny Pacquiao and got a split decision loss. That means a split decision win for Manny Pacquiao. So that's not a pushover fight for anybody. The only problem with Keith Thurman, he came out hard like Bone Thugs and ended up being like DeBarge. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he had injury after injury, and, you know, he had an excuse after excuse. He just like kind of 360. But now he wants to be, or he appears to want to be, that guy that fights everybody in the division. So, hey, let that happen. Let the old Keith Thurman come back. Let the Bone Thugs Keith Thurman, even though he doesn't have the hair no more. Don't matter. It's still there in spirit. Let that fight be. I would love to see Thurman versus Crawford. Crawford does need a marquee name anyway. And then Crawford fighting Thurman, that's a guy that Errol Spence once upon a time wanted. But Thurman earned his stripes, and he got the Pacquiao fight before Errol Spence. Why? Because he deserved it. Counterpunch. But if Terence Crawford can go in there and stop Keith Thurman, that's going to show a lot about Terence Crawford, and people will be more feared by fighting him. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about a possible fight brewing between Keith one-time Thurman and the WBO welterweight champion of the world, Terence Bud Crawford. Please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.